This deck only has good cards, and oh man, is it something special. What's going on, guys? The name is Zachary Zhao, back with a brand new Marvel Snap video. Hope you're all doing so fantastic on this amazing Monday. Brand new week, we're alive, we're breathing. That's what I'm talking about. It's gonna be an amazing week. I already know each and every single one of you guys are gonna have such an amazing week. But today we have a spicy list of something that I've been using, probably my favorite deck of the season so far. Boom, there it is right there. A Nebula, little Dr. Dupe. Man, we'll dive deep into this in 1 second. But this comes from our great friend Antron. I'll leave his Twitter in the link in the description down below. Seriously, he makes some incredible brews. I mean, some fantastic decks. He titled this one Red Light, Green Light, and man, it is something else. I've been having too much fun with this. Like I said, this is probably my favorite deck of the season. And why? Because it just has amazing cards. They're all so good and it just works so well, right? And plus, I got an excuse to use a little Miss Marvel action. Haven't used her in a long time. But seriously, let's get down right into the nitty-gritty of this deck, right? So it is much different than a lot of decks I've seen recently, right? It doesn't really have a certain archetype or a certain like lockdown or control or anything like that. It is simply a deck filled with good cards that do good things and you get cubed. Seriously, starting off with Nebula, one of my favorite one drops as always. I love Nebula. If you don't play a card on here, if your opponent doesn't play a card on top of Nebula, each turn it gets +2 power, which is fantastic. A little element of control. We have the White Widow, a new card, seriously just fantastic. You throw her down, she shoots over the Widow's Kiss that has -4 power unless your opponent fills that side of the board. Jeff, who doesn't want a Jeff, right? Little baby land shark action, staple in almost every deck nowadays. A lot of pro action running around, and we have a good countermeasure in the Jeff, in the Miss Marvel, and in the Claw. We got a Lizard, 2/5. Stats don't lie. Your opponent fills, that's okay. I like to play this opposite of the lane of the White Widow, just so they don't fill that lane with the Lizard. Red Guardian, another new and fantastic card. Seriously, hitting that Angela, hitting that Kitty Pryde, hitting so many of those cards that are needed to be successful. Red Guardian is all over that. Gladiator, one of my favorite, if not my favorite card in Marvel Stat. 3/8. This variant is amazing. I love this variant. Ink Pulp, all just fantastic. 3/8 pulls a card out from your opponent's deck. If it's lower than the power of the 3/8, then it gets destroyed. But if it's above that 8 power, well, then it kind of just stays there. A little bit of feel bads mode, but you never pull out something that's bigger than 8 power, right? You never do. There's a Leech, 4/2. Immediate staple in almost every deck nowadays. Leech is everywhere. Why? Because it's a 4 cost, good on curve, and just hits those on reveal decks. I'm not the biggest fan of Leech, but sometimes you gotta run him. And unless like this, I mean, he's seriously just so strong. Miss Marvel, +5 power to adjacent locations that have 2 cards that are different costs, which is just so strong. She's basically a 4/14 basically. There's a Claw, a little 5/4 action, brand new buff, has +8 power to the right location. He is strong, guys. The new Claw is so strong. You guys gotta give him a try if you haven't yet. Sandman, 1 card, works super well with Dr. Doom, followed by a Red Hulk. I mean, seriously, this deck is great. And I don't even know what to call it or like what kind of archetype it is, but seriously, you don't even need an archetype. All you need is some good cards, throw them out there, get the job done. This deck is amazing. Make sure you guys go check out Antron. Seriously, a brewer, a crafter, something else. And there we go. With that being said, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, do all that fine jazz. Makes the happiest guy in the world, as always say here at Zao Snap. And let's get to the gameplay highlights. I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Snap out, and Chavez on 6. Come on. All right, so we're doing a game here real quick, real fast. We both threw down some Jeffs here. I threw mine in Atlantis, right? Had to do that. So we got the Strange Academy right there. Okay. So we could White Widow right now, which might not be the worst thing in the world. Or we could just go for the Gladiator, go for some stats here, which might not be bad either. Let's throw the Gladiator down. Let's throw that down on the left side here. They skip here. Okay, that's pretty good for us. We'll take that. We'll throw the Gladiator down. There's a Magneto. We can't destroy that. Sometimes that happens. It's okay. What are you gonna do? It happens. Let's do a little leech. I think we'll do a little leech. Yeah, let's leech it out. What are we doing? How are we doing? We'll do a little leech here. Iron Lad is going to scan the Thor, shuffles Mjolnir into the deck. Okay, that's fine. That's no big deal at all. There is the leech. Stop all the on reveal nonsense. There it is, how we do it. And then now we have a pretty good couple options here. We could go for the Miss Marvel, but then we have to throw down 2 cards on that right side, which I don't think we'll be able to do. So Miss Marvel's out of the question. Claw here, though, is pretty strong. Claw is strong. So let's throw down the Claw here. Right in the middle. They throw down 2 cards. They have a Thor right there, followed by a Zabu, okay, which is useless because of the leech, so I'm revealed now, of course. There is our claw. Jeff goes into the left lane there. Perfect. Okay, no big deal. And then now we got to win the left and we're looking good on the right. We could go, let's see, this is a 2 cost, this is a 2 cost, this is a 3 cost. So we could do a little something like this, which might not be the worst thing in the world. Do they fill left? I don't think so. And if they don't, we'll be at 10 plus 5. Yeah, I think this is the play. Let's do this. I'm happy with this. Let's see what our opponent does, right? So they play 2 cards on the right. It's a Lockjaw. It's a Wasp. Please pull out something small, please. It's a Milner. Okay, that's fine. We don't mind that. White Widow shoots over the Widow Kiss. They're down to 8 on that left side. Miss Marvel says, hey, I'm at your front door. There we go, baby. That's what I'm talking about. I think there's just like a Lockjaw Thor deck. I'm not familiar. I know the Pixie version that was running around for a little bit, but nonetheless, fantastic. The Leech coming in there, clutch, hitting the Zabu. They did get a Milner out, which is a little unfortunate, but we weren't even playing that middle lane to begin with. A fantastic game. Let's get right into another one. All right, so we're into a game here real quick, real fast, using good cards. Red light, green light, baby. So let's throw down our White Widow here. Let's throw it down the right side. That's going to be Space Throne. That third location is going to be Space Throne. I'm calling it here, right now. Let's see what we're doing. What are we doing? Come on, be Space Throne, right? Okay, I mean, that also works for me. I don't mind that either. So let's put down the Jeff on that right side. As well, I mean, it is, both of these are 2 cost, which is a little unfortunate. Just in case we get the Miss Marvel, let's keep the Jeff on the left side. Let's keep the Jeff on the left side. Then there's the Coulson. We got another Loki here. We got a little Loki action. And then let's throw down the Leech on the right side. That's really all we got. I mean, we could go Nebula, but that's such a weak turn 4, right? I mean, that is such a weak turn 4. So let's just go Leech on that right side. They don't play anything. I'm assuming that's just a Loki, right? Oh, it's a Sentry. How interesting. So if they do have the Annihilus in hand, that thing is staying over there, baby. That thing's not going anywhere, but we have to hope they didn't get it, right? And so now I think we have to take the chance with the Claw, just in case they did get the Annihilus. At this point, we do need Claw in the middle to have some type of success, right? So we'll save the Jeff over there. Yeah, well, if we put it on the left side, he can't do anything. It's useless. So we have to put it in the middle. Please don't get destroyed. Come on. Okay, we're looking good. We're looking good. There's the Valentina. There's the Mockingbird. And then we have a huge Red Hulk. I mean, we have a massive Red Hulk. Now, we could do the Dr. Doom. We'll have -10 come over to our side. We still win that lane unless they have some other way to get in there, which I don't think they do. Besides drawing, so the draw the Annihilus, the 10 comes over, and the -4 actually. And that loses us that lane. And we get a retreat right there. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about, baby. A nice little retreat. If they drew the Annihilus, which I'm assuming they didn't, or if it got hit by the Leech, we were actually, we're perfectly okay. We were perfectly fine. They didn't even want to stick around to see what was going on. But seriously, I mean, the Leech is just so strong. The Leech is great. Stops all the Annihilus play. Let's get on to another one. All right, so we're into a game here real quick, real fast. We got our Nebula down at Asteroid M. We have the New York in the middle. Okay, so let's throw down the Jeff on the left side here. We'll just keep the Jeff there. Why not? We can move it, of course, if need be for that Miss Marvel buff. But we'll already have the Miss Marvel buff on the left side because we have a 1 and a 2 cost there. So now hopefully we get a 3 cost or maybe even another 2 cost in White Widow or Lizard, just so we have something good for curve. And let's see what our opponent does here. Yeah, they haven't played a card yet, so I don't know what they're running, what they could possibly be running. But let's see here. They're thinking they have a strong turn 2 here. I'm assuming they got something pretty big. They just skip. I lied to you. Never mind. So there we go. Our Nebula goes up. Our Red Hulk is getting beefy here. So let's see what we draw here. +2 power. I will also take that. There's the White Widow. Let's throw down the White Widow in the middle, just so they can't move, or we can restrict their moving from New York, and they can't move the Widow's Kiss into New York, right? So we'll just keep the Kiss there. There's a Red Guardian going to hit our Nebula, which is, it's not the biggest, it's all right, no big deal. There's our Miss Marvel. We'll play the Miss Marvel right in the middle. The curve is looking great. We're looking really good here. I wish I had Gladiator out just like a little bit earlier, but there we go. Asteroid M, that's fine. No big deal. We knew that was going to happen, right? We 100% knew that was going to happen. We did not think of that. We knew that, right? So we can still move the Jeff, which is fantastic. And we have a Claw here for some extra bonus power. So I'm thinking something's telling me to do a little Sandman action, if I'm being honest. I'm feeling like the little Sandman here. But let's do the Sandman on the right side. If we're going to do Sandman, because we can do this, we can then move that Miss Marvel middle. We can do the claw actually on the left side. The Wong is a little scary though, I can't lie. Wong is quite scary. So let's throw down, yeah, let's throw down the Sandman on the right side, and we'll actually just save that Jeff for now. We'll save the Jeff for now. Let's put the Sandman on the right side. He can only throw down one card this next turn. It's just a Mystique. What could that possibly be? I am lost right now. I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, I am absolutely lost. But they can move a whole bunch of cards too. Wish I had Leech a little bit earlier. I can't lie about that. Let's move that Miss Marvel. And then we can also move the Jeff. And so we get the bonus on that side. And then I think it's just a Red Hulk middle or left lane. I think that's how we win this game. Just like this. They can only throw down one card. It has to be, let's see, okay, hold on. They throw down one card in the left lane. So there's our Sandman and our Jeff. There's our Red Hulk. We get the boost from Miss Marvel. It's just a Ironheart. Oh, it's just an Ironheart. It's procking. It's moving. There we go. Well, there we go. Another easy little game like that. I think we won that game because of that Sandman right there. And I will say that. I think we won the game because of that Sandman. I mean, that was another fantastic game. The Sandman. You're seeing the actual viability. The Sandman stopping him from playing certain cards, as many cards as he'd want. A fantastic crushing blow to certain decks. An excellent game. Let's go, baby.